Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Amateur Dueling Dealers of Comic Art. I'm your host, Bill Cox. For those new to the show, this format is really simple. Structured like a prize fight, two original comic art sellers will compete for your hard-earned cash, presenting comic art for sale that is either new to the market or priced to sell. The seller with the most individual sales by the end of the show is crowned tonight's champion. And by the way, this is the 36th amateur bout here on the Comic Art Live channel. Tonight, two amateurs who have been here before are having a rematch. It's Dave Kopecki and Ben Bressel, and remember, Dave narrowly defeated Ben last time. So this is a rematch. I won't say for the ages, but one that I don't think we'll soon forget. So during tonight's main event, there are 12 rounds of art for sale, with each seller bringing two artworks for sale per round. Artworks presented in rounds 1 through 4 will be priced $1,000 or less. Art in rounds 5 through 8 will be priced $2,000 or less, probably $3,000 or less. And anything goes in rounds 9 and 12. Each seller will be given 90 seconds per round to present their art for sale. Viewers, of course, are encouraged to be a part of the show by engaging in friendly conversation in the YouTube chat. If you're watching on YouTube, please Hulk smash that like button, subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so that you never miss a single show on the Comic Art Live channel. To claim an artwork you want to purchase this evening, type your claim in the chat in the following format. Claim 1A-Dave or claim 5B-Ben. In other words, the word claim followed by the round number and the letter A or B, and then the seller's first name. Each time a seller presents an artwork for sale, the exact claim phrase will be on the screen just above the art description. Try to claim an artwork that's for sale during the seller's live round, but if you miss that window, you can claim the artwork at any time during the rest of the show. We will give you one last chance for anything that's unsold during the recap at the end of the show, where the sellers tend to be more open to wheel and deal if the duel is indeed a close one. Since this is the internet, there can be technical issues. When several people try to claim the same artwork at the same time, your browser may not order your chat in the same order that we see it here in the studio. Our view of the chat is ordered properly, and we will make the decision for whom has claimed the artwork. During a seller's live round, you may make an offer to them, but they are not required to respond, reply, acknowledge, or accept your offer. Be courteous and only message sellers who are currently in their live spotlight. After the show is over, be sure to contact each seller if you've claimed any of their artworks. Let them know which artworks you've claimed. Always include your mailing address when you do this and your YouTube or Facebook handle. Let's get ready to wheel and deal. My goodness. I'm sorry. We had to burn you down one more time, Dave.
That's fine.
Is it? All right. Well, I'm glad you're not offended by a little
no, not at all.
Good. But lots of chatting going on. Jason's worried that we're not going to have any memes tonight. I wonder why. We got some memes for you. And some of us are dressed up for the event. You have a crown on your head tonight, Ben.
I mean, I have to continue my reign.
His reign, yeah.
Well, you guys lucked out because if you remember, you were the 29th episode of the Amateur Dueling Dealers of Comic Art. You missed out on being the XXX version, the one that is still growing in the annals of history here on the channel, where I think it's up to like 30,000 views of 1 second views because it's not what people were expecting. But you guys did, you did rather well for episode 29. We're here at 36 now.
We had a great time.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
It was a very good time. I went back and rewatched the end of it because I always like to know where things ended up. And I think you only had a few $100, I think, that separated you both at the end of it.
Actually, there was a mistracking of the number, and so we thought I won when we ended, but Ben actually beat me by a little bit after we finalized all the numbers. So
I forgot about that.
I am looking to get my own victory now because last time it was pulled away from me so tragically.
I
So
totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
That is so true. Well, Ben, then you deserve to wear the crown again.
Yeah. I kneel to the king,
a better crown, a nicer crown.
Fantastic.
Wear
Now,
a Burger King crown.
I was looking for one. I thought we had one laying around here. I was going to wear it, but we don't have one apparently. But we do have a wrinkle for the show tonight. I thought everybody should be aware of this. I mentioned it in the mailing when I sent it out. Both of you guys have pulled together a set of $100 add-on pages for anybody who claims any of the artworks from the 12 rounds that we have today for each of you. That buyer will have the option of picking up one of the $100 pages, and both of you have created a new gallery room in both of your CAFs for this, and I put the links in the show description, so it should be real easy for everybody to go and look at what's available. But why don't we start with you, Dave? I'll go full screen for you, and then you can talk about the pieces you've pulled.
So basically, we saw other people doing it. We thought this was fun, and we might as well give it a try. So to save time, we set it up on our CAF galleries. All of my pieces are numbered, so they have the title and everything normal, but I added numbers. So, for example, page number 1 of the $100. This is Excalibur 52, page 9. Will Simpson layouts, Jimmy Palmiotti finishes. Basically, all of these panels have a middle strip that's like that clear corrective tape that they can do art on top of. So there's art underneath, and then there's stats over a lot of this stuff to change some of the stuff. But that's page number 1. Page number 2, we have Bloodshot 13, page 10 from Barry Kitson. So this is New Valiant, so 2012, I think. So not 90s Valiant, current New Valiant. But it's all Barry Kitson. Then we have X-Men Endangered Species, number 21, page 3, Mark Bagley, Drew Hennessy. Basically, it is pencils and inks, and it was, I can't remember the storyline, but basically this is Hank McCoy out in the frozen wherever. Number 4, we have Secret Invasion Inhumans, Tom Rainey, Scott Hanna. This is Inhumans number 2, page 14. So this is just a nice little page there. Going to the 90s, we got Kid Supreme, one of Rob Liefeld's titles. This is number 4, page 6. Dan Frega is the penciler. Marlo Alquiza is the inker. It's kind of a splash page. Number 6. This is Peter Parker Spider-Man -1, page 15. This is also Dan Frega and Scott Hanna on inks. And on the one side, you get the pencils, and on the other side, you get the inks. So it looks like original pencils, and then they just reversed it on a light box. Backlash, J.J. Kirby and John Teague. This is Backlash 26, page 22. This is the original 90s series, and has Backlash and Taboo making an escape from whatever's going on in that story. Number 8, we have Christian. Title by Rob Liefeld again, Christian number 1, page 4 by Pop Man. And so it's just a cool little page signed by Pop over here. This is Victor Garduno. He does really good, very detailed pastel pieces. He's big on Facebook. This is Suit Up Iron Man Tony Stark from Endgame. And it has a little COA, but it's basically just a small, highly detailed rendering of Tony Stark. Then we got Invincible Iron Man, volume 3, number 32, page 19. This is by Aletha Martinez and Rob Hunter. Has Iron Man on it. Wildcats 3.0. So this is 3.0, number 20, page 9, Duncan Rouleau and John Dell on inks. So it's a nice little page there. Number 12 is Deathstroke the Hunted, number 0, page 24 by Sergio Cariello, Fred Fredericks. It's the end page of the story, features a nice big explosion. Ultimate Enemy number 3. This is number 13. This is Rafa Sandoval and Roger Bonnet. Ultimate Enemy number 3, page 13. Number 14, we have Joe St. Pierre doing Wonder Woman versus Doomsday. Super highly detailed, beautiful piece, 11 by 17. got that. This is Cato 2 #1. So this was a spinoff of the Green Hornet. This is all Val Mayerick. This is Cato 2 #1, page 20, from the spinoff from Now, that company that did all the stuff back in the 90s. Number 16, we have Exo Manowar. Number 48, page 7 from the newer series. Joe Bennett is the penciler. There were 2 different inkers, so I'm not sure which inker, but Joe Bennett did it. They did replace this panel with a different panel digitally that features him looking into the mask rather than just looking at the person. And then we've got some 90s Stormwatch. So number 24, page 14. Renato Arlem and Robert Jones. And it also comes with this little piece that is her reflection that they digitally put on the glass. So it's just a little extra piece there. And the last but not least, Stormwatch 26, page 6. This is Battalion. This is his not origin, but it explains how he faked his death, went into the future, prepared for the big battle against his father in Stormwatch 25, yada, yada. So that is the 18 pieces I'm offering. You can hit the link at any time to go to my calf, look at the pages. That way you can just give me a number. You don't have to try to remember exactly what page it was and by who, just number 13, number 12, whatever you want. And just let us know if you want to add anything.
There you go. So for those who just joined, these are pages that you can add on to any claim that you make from Dave for $100. Ben's got his gallery loaded up with stuff too, and I saw him say in the chat he's not organized like Dave was. So you can just follow the link in the show description to go see what Ben has added to his calf gallery for his $100 add-ons to the show. So let's get the coin flip out of the way so we can see who goes first this evening. And who shall it be? Oh, the king. It's good to be the king.
Not always.
All right. Well, what do you want to do there, King Ben? You want to go first or second?
Dave can go first.
Okay.
All
that
right,
works for me.
That works for
You went
us
first last time, and I won, so.
Yeah, so it didn't help, but it couldn't hurt.
Well, yes. Well, we thought you won, but of course we realized now that you did not. All right, let's get 90 seconds per round for all the rounds we've got tonight. Let's get Mr. Kopecki going here.
Yeah, so this one is Hunter, the Age of Magic number 16, 3 pages from the book, pages 11, 14, and 15. So it's these 2 guys doing battle in a cemetery, and then this guy calls his bird over, tears that guy's tongue out, and then he destroys it with magic. It's a pretty brutal little scene. Richard Case and Steve Bird are the artists. It is DC Vertigo. It is $300 for all 3 pages. So basically, you get some nice Vertigo art from a fun storyline. Books of Magic and the Age of Magic are titles that are pretty popular. I'm not really a reader of them anymore, so I'm just diversifying a little bit. Next up, 1B is Rain in Hell, another DC book. This was Tom Derenick pencils and Bill Sienkiewicz inks. Comes with an authentic Bill Sienkiewicz coffee stain up here at the top, which I hear is pretty common for some of his pages. So it was a big crossover series where all the big Hell-related characters, I guess, did battle and stuff, kind of a crossover. I pick up a lot of stuff from Tom just because he's very affordable and he's such a nice guy. So I have a lot of Tom stuff. And this was just something I thought would be nice to offer up to the people. So.
Doesn't he offer his stuff up on Facebook a lot?
He does. And it's usually late at night. So I happen to be online. I see when he posts stuff and I claim it first.
Well, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
What do I got to do to sell you this art? I mean, come on, help me out here. Help me help you into some new art.
That's the way to think about it. All right, Ben. King Ben, let's get you started here with your round 1 artworks here. And everybody should get used to several of the lots today have multiple pieces. So, I don't recall which rounds they're in, but throughout the whole show, there's going to be a few of those. So be ready for them.
Yep. So this is my Renato Arlem tryout pages that he did. I'm not sure who he sent them. I assume Marvel. He was a fabulous artist who did Stormwatch in the late 90s for Jim Lee's studios. That's page 1. That's got the Hulk and Avengers. Second page with Soups and a big splashy page. Third page is actually penciled and inked. More Avengers, along with Wonder Woman in there, it seems. Little crossover. He was a fabulous artist. I really enjoyed his stuff on Stormwatch.
Yeah, those. I remember the Stormwatch artwork. So those are 3 pages from tryout work from Renato for $5.50, and then you also have this 1B Gary Frank artwork.
Yep, Gary Frank doing Gen 13, issue 26, I think. 26, page 3. My daughter just poked her head in to see what's going on. Fantastic page. Gary is just really at the top of his game now, and he's always started out strong back in the Gen 13 days. I think he did that. I don't know if it was before or after Hulk, but he's a pretty awesome artist. I love his stuff all over the place.
Oh yeah, no, Gary's one of my favorite artists. He's super talented. I loved his work on Superman and other DC titles.
My favorite was Midnight Nation. He rocked that.
You have all chosen poorly. These were good deals.
My daughter just said, "Wait, that was last year's meme."
Well, we saved them all. You know, you haven't seen them for 9 months. Nobody remembers them.
I remember.
The classics.
Exactly. All right, we're moving on to round 2. And
All
Brian
right.
says that Frank did do great work on Hulk as well. That's definitely sure, Brian. All right, here we go, Dave. Let's see. Round 2A artwork.
Yeah, so this is a fantasy painting by Mylan Zabrowski. Basically, he had this character, the Monarch Pixie, who he made a little warrior queen or something. So she has a dragon attacking her valley, and she's about to do battle with it. Just kind of a cool painting that I haven't been able to put on the walls for years. It's just been kind of in the closet. So I was like, hey, maybe somebody else might want it. So it's all oil painting. It's 16 by 20 oval, and it's unframed now, but can easily be popped into an oval frame because it's a standard size and everything. And then the second piece I have is Monty Moore art. This is called Architect from the Art of Wench and the Wench trading card set. So I guess it's some kind of an adult card game. So the art is about 7 by 10, comes with about the same size prelim. There's a COA. And then it also came when I bought it with a copy of the book and a copy of the cards, all signed by him. So you would get everything in this bundle that comes signed from Monty Moore. And he does really nice work. Like, this is something he did back in the early 2000s, I guess. So this is older work, but it's still very nice. And that's all we got.
Yeah, I don't think we've had Monty Moore artwork on this before. And now we can't say that because we have.
Yeah, now we have.
Did you play the card game, though? I have to know.
I did not. To be honest, I just like Monty's art, and I collect a lot of different painted art. And so I had a chance to get it, and I got that one. There were a bunch of cards up at auction a year or two ago.
Very nice. Now I saw we have 162 people watching right now, and I guess only a third of the people have hit their thumbs up. So Nick Barucci is not cheering you on right now, but Mike Asbill is in the chat room, reminding everybody to do that.
Hello in there. Hello. Anybody there? Why isn't this stuff selling?
There you go. The obstinate Jason D'Ambrosio is not liking anything until he likes something. So I hope there's some X-Men artwork.
That's how it goes.
At some point. But what are you going to do? All right, Ben, back to you for round 2. I'm surprised your kids aren't watching on TV or something tonight, but they're live and in the studio with you right now, aren't they?
Yep, right here.
Okay.
6 pages. 6 pages. I feel like Anthony. 6 pages of Dustin Wien and Richard Friend from Wildcats Volume 3. Bunch of really awesome pages. Dustin is a really fantastic, talented artist. He took over from, I forget who ended Wildcats Volume 2. Maybe he even ended Wildcats Volume 2, but Wildcats Volume 3 went in a different direction. I don't know that I read it, but the artwork is pretty spectacular. Kind of minimalist, I would say.
So is that on that heavier board?
Normal artboard, I'd say.
All right.
Yeah, normal DC artboard.
All right. So another one of our multi-page lots here, 6 pages for Ben's 2A.
Yes, Sean Phillips was involved, Spinner Rex says, in Wildcats, I think, Volume 2. And then here's a cool one. A Battlestone page, Merritt Michaels, from way back. Must have been early Liefeld Studios time. I don't have 1994 it says. Yeah, so like a year or two after Image started. Pretty cool early page. Yeah, Dr. Balls, I love Richard Frenzinks. He's amazing. Especially on my favorite artist, Travis.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome to this day. He posts a lot on CAF, but I'm not familiar with the title, but I like the art on this page, and there are a lot of bricks.
Those who pass on my offers shall be hunted by the ghost of the dark night.
You don't want to have that happen.
That one's new this year.
Yeah.
Oh man, Tim says especially on David Finch. That's true. That is very, very, very true. Richard was great on is great on a lot of different pencilers. All right, Dave, back to you. Round 3. Let's see what you brought for us here, and here we go.
All right, this one is Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider-Man #1, page 17. It's pencils by Mark Bagley and inks by John Dell. So it is pencils and inks, not blue line. It just has Ben foiling a bank robbery, taking out some terrorist guys. Got a crazy lady there. I'm not sure of the characters. I just bought it because it was a Spider-Man related page, and I like that kind of stuff. So very nice page, though. Mark Bagley. Everybody loves his Spider-Man work, and anytime it's not blue lines, people prefer it. So we got that for $350, and then also for $350, or sorry, no, $450. Scott Clark, full page splash. 3 evil Coda women coming in to kill a bunch of people. That's what they do. You got sexy women. Everybody loves Scott Clark's women. That was kind of his thing at Wildstorm. So he did all the swimsuit pinups, all the trading card sets with that stuff. Did a lot of really great work. So this page offering up for a limited time, $450 for a full page splash of Scott's work. That's not bad from the 90s.
That is very cool. And this is not the only piece of Scott Clark art we're going to see tonight. Did you know that?
Yeah. Me and Ben did show each other before the show, and it's a funny thing how we picked so much of the same or related stuff.
I know there was no collusion. But you guys are in that same area. So, hey, Dr. Balls, claiming 3B to get us started.
Thank you so much. Set that aside.
Thanks for breaking the ice.
Thank you, Dr. Balls. All right. Yes, the ice has finally been broken.
Thank you.
Yeah, we always appreciate that. So, yeah, this is the artwork. The great thing about doing these amateur shows is we always get a little different angle on the artwork that people bring.
Dave should be happy because when I saw his list of art, I saw his Scott Clark on there. I said, well, I'll take mine off. But I did replace it with a different one later.
Yeah.
Just for Dr. Balls.
Wise move. All right. Well, we'll get that $450 sale up there in a minute, but we'll go over to, well, there it is. Not even a minute. In a second, I should have said. Millisecond. So we're switching over to you, King Ben, and let's see what you've brought here for round 3.
This is a pretty unique piece. I grew up reading these silent Ferdinand comic strips. I've loved them. This one's really cute. He gives Ferdinand gives his nephew or son a dime to go get some bonbons, and of course, the minute he walks into the store, all the kids find him. And I've just found so few of these over the years that I just had to buy them when they come up. I really love this comic strip.
I can't say that I've seen any on the market before.
Yeah, I think I have 3, and 2 of them are Sundays and one is a daily. I figure I could give one up. But you're right, I haven't seen any others come up. There's, I think, maybe 10 or 15 on CAF at the moment.
All right, well, that's your 3A. 3B is a Jason Pearson Deadpool page.
Yep, Jason Pearson, Deadpool, Wade Wilson's War. Wade something's War.
It is Wade Wilson.
Yeah, Wade Wilson's War. That's right.
You got it.
Pretty neat page. Jason is just such a talented artist. Everything he does is just magic. And with a little hint to the Matrix there.
And Dexter Vine inks, regular around here.
Right, Dexter Vine.
Very nice. So strip art. See, now we're getting a little bit of everything in here, even comic strip art. That's what started.
We tried to be as diverse as we could.
All right. Well, that is the end.
Hear ye, the crown doth declare. Untold riches await thee at a price most fair.
Hey, we keep saying that, and yeah, it's we're gonna sell some art. So round 4 is coming up here, and yep, let's see what we got here for you. Where is it? Here we go. Round 4. Chaykin.
Yes. Howard Chaykin, Power and Glory, giant twice up. It's 14 by 20. This is from the 1994 series that he did for Bravura, however you pronounce that, the Malibu company that gave writers and artists of the older generation like an Image kind of break. It didn't really work out as well as it did for the Image guys, but they had a lot of great books that they put out. Power and Glory was a fun one. I have not ever seen another Power and Glory page from this special. So I just figured while I was picking stuff for the show that I would try to mix it up a little bit. Howie's come on the show. He's a friend of CAF, so I figured what the hell, I'll offer this up. After this one, I have 2 pages of Ghost Rider number 55. So these are both Don Perlin, all Don Perlin pages. They're consecutive pages, no Ghost Rider, but has Johnny Storm all over them. There is a touch of some like previous water damage on the side of both of the pages, but it's not moldy. It's not doing anything gross. Whoever had it dried them pretty well, but that is there. So these are from 1981, and a rare opportunity to get a couple of original Ghost Rider pages by Don Perlin.
Is the water damage like, does it warp it, or is it just you just?
It's like the pages we got from Amanda Connor, where she had some that got wet, but they dried them out properly, so they're not mildewy. And from the front, you can kind of see a little bit of yellow to it, but it's not terrible. And I don't think it ruins the art, and I don't think it's going to infect your portfolio or anything like that. I've had them in a portfolio.
All right. So
Welcome to Crazy Dave's Crazy Sale. If you act now, any purchase comes with another piece, 50% off. That's right. You buy any one piece, and I'll give you half of another one.
Crazy Eddie.
He means it. He's crazy. That's what happens when I lock myself in a room with the camera on and I just start doing stupid things and
nothing wrong with that.
Stuff out of it.
Love it.
It gets the job done. So.
All right, moving right along. Round 4 over to you, King Ben, and let's see what you brought. Here we go. 4A is a Strowman piece.
Yeah, love me some Strowman. He's one of my quintessential 90s guys. This is a Black Widow Punisher Black Widow graphic novel. page 15 from 1992. Just a really fantastic page. He just, when he actually decides to sit down and draw, he's just so good. Especially as Jason knows, his X Factor stuff is right up my alley also. Love that stuff.
Yeah, you get Mark Farmer inks on this one too, which is really nice.
Yeah,
my favorite inkers.
It's so slick. Let me just put it up there again. So slick. I know you like Stroman, Jason. Me too.
I think Jason can finally hit the thumbs up now. Go ahead, Jason. You can do it.
Yeah, there's stuff you like now. And then
Bird words.
Some Hank Ketchum Studios. Dennis the Menace. 4 pages, 20 to 23. Dennis the Menace 134. Man, he is just so funny. Hank was just fabulous. These are all 11 by 17, modern art size.
What year? Do you know?
That's a good question. I don't know the answer. I think in the 80s, but I don't know. Let me see if it says anywhere on here.
All right. Well, we don't get a lot of Hank Ketchum artwork on the show or discussed on the channel too often. So thank you for bringing that. Good. And Jason, we'll try not to offend your collecting sensibilities with artists and titles. We want that thumbs up to stay that way. All right, moving on to round 5. I guess we go into, this is the higher range stuff, right? We're moving up one level or tier. But I think you kind of stick with some affordable stuff here, Dave.
Yeah, I decided to just go way diverse and keep it cheaper because I know people are watching their wallets pretty carefully now. So I'm hoping to win it with sales in numbers greater than Ben, but
I was about to
he'll
say
sell one thing. Yeah, he'll sell one thing that'll, yeah.
All right, let's see what you brought.
All right, so this is my Superman related round. So these are 2 pages by Kurt Schaffenberger. So we've got from New Adventures of Superboy number 18 from 1981. And then we have number 42, page 3 from 1983. So basically, I just wanted to throw them together in a lot because they're both kind of interesting pages. This one has a nice bad guy show up and do some stuff. This one's got Clark being bullied by guys at the high school dance, and he manages to turn it around on them because, he's Superman. So in the end, he ends up getting them and making them look like the fools that they tried to make him look like. So Kurt did a lot of the New Adventures of Superboy book, and so I just want to include some of that. Then we have Humberto Ramos doing steel pages. And so these have little overlays. I'll take them off as I'm showing the pages, but basically some of the effects are on a different sheet. So we got this one that features steel. And then we've got this one that features Superboy. And so just nice 90s pages, 1994. Humberto did this issue, and it was a fun time for Superman back then. And let me make sure I put these back together right. So I just wanted to offer those up.
Those are very nice. Early Ramos. And it's funny, that one Schaffenberger page, let me see, we're going to go back to that. No, this one here. That's like the the ad that was in all the comics back in the day. The one that said, "Let me prove I can make you a new man." The guy.
Yeah,
98-pound weekly.
Exactly.
Yeah, Charles Atlas or whatever it
Charles
was.
Yeah, exactly. Charles Atlas. Thank you. I was trying to remember the Don guy's name, but that's yeah, it's sort of close to it. And what was? Oh, there we go. I saw Matt Ballmer said that the. Catching the Menace, 1974.
Oh, wow.
That's earlier than you thought then.
Yep.
Very nice. All right. So Ben, back to you. Let's see what you brought for this round here.
This is a very rare Aaron Weisenfeld cable page. He and Alve did this fantastic page in the 90s. fantastic little splash, a lot of details like Aaron is known for. I think he did his chops over on Team 7 with Rich Friend actually a bit, and JD on Wildstorm, and then moved over to Marvel for a while. I wish he were still doing comics. He's so good.
Yeah,
he'd be a master now. He was almost a master then.
He's fantastic. Yeah, his career in comics was far too short. I talk about him whenever I get the chance. I love his work in comics, and but he moved on to being more of a fine artist, and his work is still incredibly beautiful.
Yeah, his stuff is great. This is a Joe Chido color guide over Scott Clark. So here's one of my Scott Clark moments, not his pencils and inks, but Joe Chido on top of him. These are two 8.5 by 11 side by side, fully painted by Joe. Pretty just fun stuff from early Stormwatch history.
And not our last color guide of the evening either. I think we're going to see another one too. Well, Joe did amazing work. I mean, he's
so good.
He is.
I think color guides are going to become what those of us who can't afford art buy from now on.
Yeah.
I confer upon you, Knight of the Art Table.
That daughter's right here.
Yeah.
Oh man! All right, we're almost halfway there because we got 12 rounds tonight, so we're going into round 6 right now. There is no cake break, everybody, so there'll be no pausing after round 8 like we usually do during a Dueling Dealers episode. But let's see what Dave brought here for round 6.
So this is a giant 16 by 19 on heavy crescent board. Paintings by David Michael Beck, Qui-Gon Jinn versus Darth Maul. It's called Duel of the Fates, from the Duel of the Fates part of the movie there. So Phantom Menace. It's a nice big Star Wars painting, very detailed, very, very just nice. It was up on my wall for a little while, but after I moved to Texas, I had to take a lot of the stuff out of frames because I just can't store all the frames. So very nice little painting there. And then another DC piece from the 80s, we have Atari Force. So this is Jose Luis Garcia Lopez with Joe Rubinstein inks. Basically, this was one of those fun early 80s, mid 80s series. This is from 1984. You don't see a whole lot of these come up very often. I lost one on eBay a little while back, so I just decided I'm going to let this one go. So very nice though, 80s stuff. So it's got the trimmed corners.
May as well have none.
Yeah, or I'll get another one later. But basically, there was no stat panel. These were computer screens, and so they just had digital data on them. So.
Yeah, the Atari Force stuff is well collected, and with Jose's work on it, I mean, he was pretty inspired. Most of the pages, like, incredibly dynamic, and it's surprising because I didn't expect much out of the title, but Jose's art really made a huge difference in making the books fun to read.
Yeah, I just read
Come on, I see you eyeballing the art. You know you want it. Come on, let's do this.
Eyeballing the art. We need a meme with some eyeballs or something. I think we'll have to work that out for the next time we do one of these shows. But yeah, no, I get it. And Nick Rucci's in here now. He says 189 people watching and only 83 likes. What's wrong with everyone? Hit that thumbs up. We can do it. If Jason can do it, everyone else can do it too.
Jason has the heaviest thumb.
He does. He does. Very judgmental thumb. All right, color piece here to start you off. We got a David Mack cover study.
David Mack cover study, DD 25, I think. 5 or 6 years ago, I think this was. He's just such a phenomenal artist. I love his color work. He just really knocked it out of the park.
Is that something you would have bought direct from Dave?
I bought it from his rep, whose name is escaping me at the moment. She's in England, I think.
Annabelle, Kirby's
Annabelle.
comic art.
Yep, I bought it from Annabelle. I years ago wanted to buy a whole bunch of Dave's Daredevil things from way back, like when he took over after Joe Quesada.
Mm-hmm.
But those were all collages and mixed media pieces, and I couldn't afford them at the time, unfortunately.
Well,
right, Annabelle Kirby. And then we got a Dyke Ruan. Is that how you pronounce his name?
I think it's DK.
DK?
Yep.
DK Ruan, little Gauche Batman and Solomon Grundy piece. Just pretty sweet. I really like this. I picked this up on CAF Live a ways back. This really just caught my eye. Just a fun piece.
Oh, definitely. I like DK's work, and I always enjoy hearing that pieces were picked up at Comic Art Live. Yeah, and everybody's saying Kirby too. Yes, exactly. Another Annabelle rep artist. Little did you know you had a theme in this round, King Ben. I did see.
Did she rep him as well?
I'm pretty sure still. Yeah.
I did not pick that up from her.
Over on Facebook, Bob Berkheimer, thank you for the reminder. I saw lots of posts about Jose's birthday being today. A really nice one from Kevin Nolan, actually, was one I saw on Instagram not too long ago. But yeah, it was Jose's birthday today. All right, now we can say we're halfway through, and Nick Perucci has exclaimed that we are 4 likes from 100. So there you go. I like that. That's a nice jump. So let's see what Dave's got here for round 7.
It's round 7, right? Okay.
Yes, we're moving to round 7.
Yeah. So I recently got a stack of Travis Charest sketch covers. So I have this really cool Moon Knight you see there, and then Ninja Turtle Raphael and Rorschach from The Watchmen. So I just figured I'll keep like 6 or 7 of them, and I'll offer 3 of them up as a bundle. If anybody wants anything specific from any of the bundles that I'm offering, you can make an offer on just the one. It doesn't have to be in a bundle, but I've realized that I have a lot of expensive stuff and a lot of cheap stuff, but that middle range stuff that people seem to really want is the hard stuff to find. Second piece would be this Arthur Adams 9.8 CGC graded Black Cat. So basically, Arthur is a tough guy to get a hold of and to pin down and to get on his list, and if you see him at a show, maybe get a sketch. So I just figured I'd offer one of them. I have another Black Cat coming from his current opportunity, so I figured I'd let this one go. But very nice, typical Arthur Adams look for the Black Cat. She got her collar that he seems to love to draw on her. But yeah, very nice piece by Arthur. Yeah, and that's all I have for this.
So one lot of 3 Travis pieces, sketch covers that you will break up if people would like. And then we have the last one here, the Arthur Adams CGC'd Black Cat.
Yes.
Shout out to Ben. Now, Ben, back to you. Let's see what you brought for round 7.
I brought a 1960s Archie Pals and Gals 3-page story. My daughter's in the background going, "Don't sell that one. Don't sell that one." I told them I would keep the Richie Riches, but the Archies are, fair game.
Well, the thing is, you're sharing the art with the kids. That's what's important.
Yep, they actually asked me if they can take them down and read the full stories that I purchased a few years ago in Heritage of all the Sad Sacks and Richie Riches and Archies and Roadrunner, and they had some great deals. And then my second piece.
Do we know who the artist was on those?
I don't know who the artist is on that. I think it might have been just a Studios piece.
Okay.
So Lightning Comics, way back in the 90s, Creed by Trent Kaniuga. It was his creator-owned series. This is I don't think it's the number one, but it's one of the number ones from a mini series that he did. His artwork just always inspired me. He was so cool, so different and unique. Made some cool books in this Creed universe. I think he did pencils and inks on this.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I forgot about Lightning Comics as a publisher. Hey, now.
Off with her head, for she has not claimed the deal.
Now, yeah, I saw that one. You know, we really should have put a big blade on the end of there if we did it, but that might have been a little too gory, right? But if you'd like us to, we could do it after the show.
That's the leg of a table that I have broken down in the other room.
Well, it was very realistic, that beheading. Dave, you have an offer from Michael Elpers in the chat for your lot 1B. That was the Duranic page with the Sienkiewicz inks. You had it priced at $300, and Michael is offering you $250.
I will accept that offer.
All right, very good. That's 1B going for $250 to Michael. Thank you, Michael. All right. Jason is hoping for a Ghost Rider cover by Kenny, but I don't think we're going to have one of those. And then what do we got here? Then there's another offer coming in here from.
Hey, you're killing it tonight.
Yeah, we got Michael Lovitz throwing an offer. $12.50 for 7A, 7B. Let's see here. How are we going to do that one? Let me go back and look at how we got that. That was with the 3 cover. Yes.
Yeah.
So probably in the order. Let's see. That's for all of them. So 7A and 7B combined, you were at 1,700. And
yeah, I'll take it. I'll do the 1250.
Yeah, you okay? You're good. You're good for the set 1250 on them both. 7A, 7B for all. Okay,
I can make that work.
Yes, another sale. Let's keep the good times rolling.
Man, we needed it to be raining $100 bills on that one.
That's funny.
But thank you, Michael. That's I mean, that's technically, even though that's just 2 lots, that's 4 pieces sold there. So fantastic. And wait a minute, we haven't been reminding everybody, if you won, and when you claim stuff, and we now have basically 4 lots claimed.
Michael Elpers wants to add in number 1 onto his deal.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. All right, so Michael is adding in lot number 1 from the website. So we can let me highlight that. So Michael has added lot 1.
Lot 1. So okay.
Yep. So as a reminder, anybody who claims any artwork tonight, both gentlemen have $100 pages back on their CAF. In the show description right below us are links that go to both of these guys' CAF galleries. You can, and the pieces in those galleries are $100. So you can claim them for an additional $100 if you claim a lot that is being presented here on the show tonight. And so that would apply now that Michael's got his to Dr. Balls and to Mr. Lovitz, who just picked up 2 lots. So I did see another offer from Collector Dome offering Dave $200 on your 2A. You were at $300 on that, the oval painting, as a matter of fact.
Sure. Let's take it.
All right. Thank you,
Collector Dome.
Dave's smoking me tonight.
It's still early. It's still early. Nobody's sweating just yet, Kenny.
My daughter's sweating.
She's got some money on this one tonight. But thank you, Collector Dome. And as everybody knows, we'll be showing the email addresses for both these guys at the end of the show. So if there's pieces that you claimed, we want you to email them after the show, sending them your contact info, reminding them which lots you picked up, and both of them will get back to you ASAP with how to handle payments and the shipping and everything. But one thing I should ask both of you guys, so I saw it asked, and I know Ben, I think I saw you answer it in the chat. Was
love it.
With time payments, you're okay with taking time payments on some of the bigger stuff that we're going to be seeing later in the show?
Yeah, definitely.
Got it.
I think Dave and I originally found time payments like years and years ago as a way to be able to just afford some bigger things.
Yeah, he was actually the one that talked me into it. I refused to do anything I couldn't pay outright, and I missed out on so much good stuff that his advice was taken.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, sometimes you really want something. Time payments are the way to make it happen.
Exactly.
Well, we got the 5 sales down here for Dave. So Ben, you do have some work to do. We're going to take a look at your lot 7 pieces right now. Or is that right? Lot 7 is no. Wait a minute. We just did the end of lot. We're moving on to lot 8 now. We're to round 8 now. Gosh, that was
I've been monopolizing my round 7.
All right, yeah. Well, I looked at the slides on here in the setup, and I'm like, wait a minute, we just showed those. All right, round 8 is where we're at now. So, Dave, switching over to you, and what are we starting off with?
We're starting out with Godzilla versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. This cover is the Kaiju Rangers. I guess some new Rangers that they morphed into for this particular issue. But basically, this is the second series, number 4 cover from last year by Alex Sanchez. He did all the covers for the first series too. I had one of the previous series and I sold it, I don't know, last year or something. Bought this one thinking my brother would want it because he's into the Power Rangers, and it turns out Kaiju Rangers were not of interest to him. So I just figured I'd offer it up here. 900 is the ask, 11 by 17, very clean art. And then 8B is a Jim Lee page. Jim Lee Superman 206. So it's the first Jim Lee run back in 2004, Scott Williams inks. This is page 1 of issue 206 and focuses on a baseball game, a day in the life in Metropolis or something. So it kind of pulls in super highly detailed, the whole stadium, the home run, the excitement of the father and the son watching, the ominous person popping up in the background. I'm not sure if that's a shadow or what exactly that is, but it's a little ominous. But affordable pages in the 3 figures of Jim Lee's Superman run are near impossible to find. So I just figured I'd offer this up, see what happens.
Yeah, you're not going to see too many Jim Lee pages under $1,000 anymore. Not from his DC days.
Yeah, not so much.
Not at all.
Well, 1,000, 100,000, take your pick.
Yeah, I saw the art drop today. Hey, there's the cover was right spot on 100,000. I mean, why not? The other one sold for a lot more than that.
Yeah, I mean, yep. They get crazy money for anything with the word Hush on it. So,
to be honest, I don't think it's as good as the original Hush. I think it's.
I haven't looked at the art
closely.
I only looked at the thumbnails.
I want something more from it that the original one had.
Well,
the other one was back in the day when he was trying to prove himself through the DC angle. So I think Young and Hungry is a little bit something that they get further from as they get out. And people accuse Jim of phoning it in, but he still phones it in better than many, many people who spend a lot more time drawing. So
that is very, very true.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Work to be done here, but I have faith in you, sir.
All right, now some good stuff. This is a fantastic splash by Chris Baccialo from Steampunk issue 10, page 4. Just a stunning page that I couldn't pass picking this baby up. It's just so cool. He and Rich just did some incredible work on this series. Just so much fun. Just really cool stuff. Look at the detail. Cole up top. Just everybody's in this page. So cool.
Yeah, that is nice. I can't say that we've had a steampunk on one of our sales shows before. That's awesome. Well, I love Chris's work.
Me too. I especially liked there was this comic he did called Captain Stoneheart and the Fairy Princess or something like that. One of my favorite reads. Just so good. You should all pick it up. It's in hardcover. And then Heathcliff, who doesn't like pizza? I figured if I'm King Ben and King Heathcliff's on the page, I had to offer this baby up.
I just had pizza for dinner, so
did we.
Hey, that's what you got to eat when it's a Dueling Dealers or Amateur Dueling Dealers show. That's always good fuel for getting you ready for this thing. But no, this is awesome. Who doesn't love Heathcliff? And a pizza gag, no less.
Yeah, Captain Stoneheart and the Truth Fairy. That's it. Mm-hmm. Thanks, EC.
EC knows his obscure titles. Thank you.
One of my favorites.
Cool. So this one's $6.50, and again, don't see these too often on the show. Is there any elf art coming up I do not believe so, Carlos Mo. Sorry to say, no Alpha art. Do either of you guys have Alpha art in your collections?
Can't say that I
think
do.
I
No.
passed on every page offered to me.
All hail King Ben! All hail King Ben! All hail King Ben!
For a long time.
There you go. It looks like Thursday, Wednesday night is pizza night around here, right? That's cool. Didn't know that.
Little Caesar. Pizza.
Exactly. Round 9 now. Dave,
Round 9. All right.
see what we have here for round 9. Very colorful.
This is the colorful Joe Chido Wildstorm round. So we've got the Gen 13 color guide to the cover of issue 21. I believe our buddy Nick Barucci owns the original, and it's all dedicated to him and framed, so I doubt I'll ever get it. So I decided I'll let this one go. I have a few more of them that I'm still trying to find the actual cover art for, but as of yet have not been able to locate. But wanted to offer up some of these color guides just because nowadays you can't get a Campbell cover for under tens of thousands of dollars, and people still are interested in his Wildstorm work. So figured I'd throw one of these up and see if anybody took it. And then the other piece is from the Art of Chido trading card set, which was also published in a book. It's crescent board, heavy board. It's about 8 by 11 ish. Very great color and just the way that he does it. But this is Rainmaker from Gen 13 as Elvis. He's got her like 57 Chevy or whatever there. So just a very nice, very colorful, bright, vivid piece. It's one of the only paintings I have from his Wildstorm trading card sets that isn't a specific subset of cards that I'm trying to create to put back together. So this was the one-off that I could afford to let go, and I figured I'd offer it up and see if anybody was interested. Joe does just tremendous paintings. They're just amazing.
No, this Joe's color palette is always nice, irrespective, any approach that he takes. But yeah, I mean, he's amazing. I love it.
Yep.
I love his.
Totally agree.
And yeah, I just saw an offer come in for King Ben here. Well, let's highlight this and figure out what we got here. T.E. Mason is offering Ben $1,400 for a 6B and his 7B. 6B was the DK Ruan, the Legends of the Dark Knight. You had it $550, and the 7B was the Creed cover. So combined, you had, and that when the Creed cover was $1,250. So you had them combined at $1,800, and the offer is $1,400.
Yeah, I'll do that deal for T.E.
All right. Congrats, T.E.
It was a pleasure dealing with you.
Oh, we had that queued up and ready to go. That's awesome.
6B and 7B. So that was to T.E.
That is true. All right. Fantastic. Now you're on the board, King.
Woo! Took a while.
Yes, and you didn't have to sell any of the the art that your kids want to hold on to yet. So that's a positive. You're still favorable in the house. The your loyal subjects will not revolt.
My other daughter's here saying only the Richie Rich don't sell.
Well, congrats, T. We appreciate your claim this evening.
Yes,
so,
thank you, T.
All right, let me highlight that. All right, perfect. So now let me get round 9 underneath you here, so we can get started on that. So we got a couple other, a couple cool pieces here. First up, your 9As, the Dave Sim, and probably Cerebus 18 page. Very nice.
Yeah, Cerebus 18. Just a fantastic little semi-splash on the left, and him talking with whoever this fellow was. I didn't read up to issue 18 yet. I'm only at issue 12, so I can't say who this is, but I always wanted a Cerebus page, and Bashara had one, so had to do a deal with them a ways back. But now I'm giving other people the opportunity. Just love these sim pages.
Yeah, that is beautiful.
He's just so good.
Yeah. I mean, I love the layout on that. It's so hard to have 5 panels the same size like that, and yet, man, he did just a stellar job pulling that together. All right, I could look at it a little bit longer, but we have to look.
You can. And then Battle Chasers with Red Monica, very rare Red Monica page. Unfortunately, a little stat issue up top, although there's nothing there at the moment, just the eyes. But this really, that's why I bought the page to begin with. So few pages with her on it, and just a nice little panel with her in there, being mean as she always is. Where's James? James, Red Monica.
He does have Red Monica. Well, where is he? He's probably on his cycle or something. He's lifting weights right now. Jason will give him a call. Very nice. Again, we don't see a lot of Joe Mad work. Battle Chasers, even less frequent. So that's pretty cool. So what did I see here? Another offer popped in.
King Ben says, "No art for you."
You gotta follow what King Ben says. So TE Mason is not playing favorites here. He's offering Dave $450 for his for your 5B. That was the Ramos pair of steel pages you had priced at $600.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, TE has come in here and picked up 5B for $450. And again, a reminder to everybody who's picking up artwork tonight, there's 2 links in the description, one for a gallery over on Dave's calf gallery and one for Ben's. Anybody who claims any artwork tonight, you can pick up a piece of art from either of those galleries. They're all priced at $100. You just have to let us know which piece you want, and we're all paying attention to the chat. So when we see that, we'll make a note of it. So you have all the time you want throughout the show, and even after the show, before you finish the deal with either of these guys, you can pick up a page that way. All right, so now we can move over to round 10. Back over to you, Dave. Let's see here. What did you bring for round 10?
So these are 2 different pieces. Pencils by Brett Booth and inks by Delso Corona. So basically, to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Image Comics, Brett Booth was basically redoing all of the covers and modifying them, changing them a little bit. Here you can see this is more of the Platt hair than the Liefeld hair. So he did the same cover, but with the better looking Prophet from the second series, essentially. So very nice set. Anytime you can get a full piece like this from Brett Booth is good, but I also commissioned Adelso Corona to ink it since he is his regular inker. And so just wanted to offer those up to everybody. And then this one is very rare. This is a Wildstorm Swimsuit #1 pinup. So this is Wetworks, Dane, and Pilgrim. Basically, it also comes with the color guide that I was able to get for it recently. And so that made it the more desirable one to offer up than some of the other ones that I have. But basically, this is Anthony Vu and Edwin Roselle. And this was their first issue of Wildstorm Swimsuit #1, so 1994. And just a really nice, it's a little ludicrous that their gold symbiotes are just covering her boobs and just a little bit of a thong and just his little Speedo. I don't know how that happens with those symbiote suits, but whatever. Sexy piece.
So yeah, $2,500 for the pair of you got the color guide and the original 1x17.
Dave, Michael Lovitz asked for #4 in your gallery. The rainy piece. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we did. We did get that written down. Yep, I got that one as well as Michael Elpers was claiming lot 1 from your calf gallery as well.
Yeah.
Yep. So, but a reminder, we got you've got 6 claims out there so far. So other people have the opportunity to pick up a $100 page from you, and we've got TE Mason with a couple pieces from Ben. So everybody keep all that in mind.
Keep on keeping on.
Yep, exactly. That's not going to be my next meme, Marcus. I'm not wearing that Speedo. No way. All right. Let me mark that one. All right.
We're all talking about symbiotes. Here's a pretty cool one.
Oh, wait. Here we got to go full screen so we can see that back.
That's his Nick Manabat.
Oh,
Mother
wow.
one. Yeah. This is better than mine. I only have the 1-pager of Persephone.
Yeah, that's but nice. you got my color guide.
Yes.
Hey, Margaret's in the chat. Nice to see you, Margaret. All right, round 10 over to you, King Ben. Let us see what you have brought for us this evening. 10A.
I had to one up Dave's Brett Booth by offering a Backlash 32 cover by Booth and McQueenie.
And you have one upped him with that one.
Just the ultimate Backlash combination. Booth and McQueenie just knocked it out of the park on every issue. Sometimes Trevor Scott did some great inks also, but McQueenie just for me was the king on top of Brett's work. Just so good. And I think this is the final issue to the series. Am I right, Dave, on that?
Yeah, then it became Wildcore.
Right.
Just a really, really nice piece.
Well, the clock did not start on time, but we know it's around 45 seconds on this one. I love Booth's work as well.
I'll put it up for another 20 seconds. I love that piece. I love Booth. He's just one of my favorites.
This is a pretty awesome piece of art here by Bart Sears. Wow.
Just a fabulous, fabulous piece.
That's the way he's rendered the interior there is fantastic. That is great.
Right, the detail he put into this. I just love when the artists draw like this. They draw every piece like Wrightson-esque.
That's awesome.
I love this piece.
Shoot.
You can be from the front too. Just show it that way.
EC has noted that there are lots of posteriors in the art tonight. Hey, you take them as you can get them.
That's right. Just the way the cookie crumbled tonight.
All right. Well, this one's priced at $2,000. It's page 41 from issue 1. So very, very cool. Bart Sears was at OAX this year. Always nice to see him as well. I could ding.
You shall be rewarded for your service.
That's better than the bell dinging. All right. 2 more rounds to go. We have 12 rounds tonight, so we'll do 2 more rounds, then we're going to go right into the recap. So let's see here, Dave. What do you got for round 11? Oh, you know what? This is pencils, right?
These are published penciled pages by some legendary people. So this is Mike Plug, Planet of the Apes magazine number 6, page 18 from 1974. At this point, they realized they didn't need to ink it. They can just scan it in black and white and print it right off of his fully rendered pencils. So it's just a really nice page. You got Dr. Zaius and various apes there. So it also came with a weird little overlay that has all the dialogue and everything on it, but it's not totally clear. But basically, I keep it with the art so that if people want to display it that way, they can. And then the last pencil classic piece is Bernie Wrightson. So it's a title called 1111. It was a comic book where prose was on the left side page and full page splashes were on the right side page. This is the demons having a meal with the, grunting and conversation or something. But it was like the Plug, it's scanned in black and white and just published that way. So it's a just super detailed piece. People love Monsters and Demons by Bernie, so anytime you get stuff like that, it's cool. It's a little bit bigger than 11 by 17, probably more, 11 by 18.
Was that Plug piece bigger than 11 by 17 too?
Yeah, it's probably 12 by 18. So the Plug's a little bit bigger as well.
That was that one right there. Cool.
Yeah.
Seriously? Nobody wants it? Fine. Nobody gets it then.
I didn't realize last time that was Spawn 1.
You can't tear one in half. That one actually sounded like a real piece of Bristol when it got
that one was printed on Bristol. It was messed up and I had to reprint it, so I used that one to destroy. This time I decided I didn't want to waste an artboard, so I just printed the one I did for this meme on just regular paper.
All right. Well, yeah, you gotta commit to it. But that one actually sounded like a real piece of art getting ripped.
That one scared people.
All right, Ben, we got 2 rounds to go here. So round 11 is where we are at with you. And let's see what you brought for your 11A.
I brought it for Nick.
Ooh, these don't come up too often.
Yep. DD7, page 18, Casada, Palmiotti, the Kings.
Damn.
I don't think any words I could say would describe this page better than, DD finally defeating Mysterio, figuring out what was going on, solving the whole thing, and just totally wiping the floor with Mysterio, leaving him a broken mess.
Yeah, that first panel is magnificent. Man, this is great. Holy smokes.
It's just such a nice page.
Yeah.
And Jason, this isn't even the page I brought for you. But you could have it.
Damn. Well, that's tough. Do you have something else from the DD run that allows you to let something like this go?
No.
Wow, that's daring, because you're not gonna be able to replace that one too easily.
That's true, but I still have my 9 covers that he and Jimmy did for Liefeld Universe.
Okay.
So I still have that. So I can give up DD to leave myself with those.
All right. Risky. But all right, Adam Hughes, tell me about this one. Yahoo sketchbook cover.
Yeah. So this one, years ago, my buddy Aaron, whose signature is in there, he got married to one of my best friends, Leslie. And at the time, I had a Joe Quesada, speaking of which, a Joe Quesada Savage Dragon and Kid Death and Fluffy. I think it was the Dragon and Kid Death, and I sent that to them as their wedding gift. And as a thank you, he lives in Atlanta and was near Adam, and commissioned Adam to do this for me. Adam then used it as his sketchbook, which is the price is high.
Yes.
My daughter's in the background going, "It's so cool, don't sell it."
I didn't know it was for you.
No buyers? What is this treachery?
You did a pretty good job putting you into that the chair of I don't know, King Ben's castle. I don't know what we would call it. Yep. Your throne it's amazing, but I don't know how we did that. I'll have to talk to my son. I think he did the video editing on that one. All right, well, we are down to the final round here, and then we will go right into the recap. So let's see what Dave has brought. And I did see you acknowledged the purchase. I know I highlighted it here.
Yeah.
T. Mason asking for lot 6 off of your calf. Okay, very good. Thank you, T. All right, now I'll swing it back over here and get your lot 12A on the screen.
All right, so this is a huge over twice up. This is 15 by 22, so it's a really big cover by Liam Sharp and Paul Neary. Basically, this was the second Death's Head 2 miniseries. So the first one they did was basically Liam Sharp's introduction to U.S. audiences, and it was kind of how he blew up. This was the second miniseries that they did, volume 2. And so basically Death's Head's been replaced by this minion cyborg that absorbs, and he's kind of like the Borg. He takes all of your memories, all of your whatever. And so he became Death's Head by killing Death's Head in the first series. And then he just goes around knocking around the Marvel universe, taking on and killing the Fantastic Four and a bunch of other people. So it was a very memorable series from the early 90s for me. So when I came across this, I picked it up. But it is big, so it's a little bit difficult to store. I don't frame up original art often because fading and other issues concern me. So basically just a really nice, gigantic cover that is one of the classic Liam Sharp things that introduced him to the States. And then the last piece, Gen 13, J. Scott Campbell. So this Fairchild panel right there is what most people like. So this is from issue 2 of the 1995 regular series. So you got Rainmaker and her bikini or swimsuit there, bringing up the water. They're defeating the Sky Helmet, who was kind of a douchebag. And then you got Fairchild there, just striking a pose on the ground. And then you got Lynch and Burnout in the bottom 2 panels. Signed by Campbell, inks by Alex Garner. I don't let the pages or covers go too often, but I have recently decided I was going to let go of 1 page and 1 cover. So this is available for an extremely limited time.
Very.
Why, hello. Welcome to Dave's Bazaar. Anything you could possibly want, probably here.
I think we saw some Travis sketch covers. There they are.
I got a lot of them. Lance is he's like attached to my wallet right now. I'm like his ATM machine, so I just keep buying them.
All right. Now, hey, I did see that Marcelo had made an offer to Ben. Ben kind of countered it at 1K, and Marcelo was about it. Of course, we're going into the recap soon. And then Adam Garland offered Dave $750 for your 8B. That was the Superman page you had priced at $900.
Let's see what happened during the recap, but I might end up taking that. But I'm not super anxious to let go of Jim Lee, so I just want to think about it a little bit longer, if that's okay, Adam.
Thank you for the offer. We certainly appreciate it, and you will see that one in the recap in just a few minutes. All right, let's get Ben queued up here, and here is your 12A.
Jason, Wolverine 50 page. Mark Silvestri, Dan Green, cream of the crop. I finally have something Jason might like.
That is nice. Wow. Yeah, Dan Green's inks always made everybody look better, but boy, his work on Silvestri, I always loved it. Together, they were a great team.
Agreed.
All right.
Figured I'd bring something really cool for the last round.
That is nice. Nice.
Yeah, and Wolvie, he's just pensive. I love it. Like he's thinking. It's just such a cool page. Putting the pieces together.
Yeah, no, that's sweet. You had that one a while?
No, actually.
Okay.
Just got it in.
Right, cool.
That's the only way I could allow it to go is haven't had it long.
Well, let's look at your last piece.
My last piece. Sorry, Dave. One up in your Scott.
The other thing.
It's a little more than 1. It's like 1,000 up.
This is just
that's a beauty.
I think it's the best Stormwatch cover that Jim Lee didn't draw.
Wow. That is one of the best ones that Scott did.
Yeah.
Now, what part of the house did that artwork get to hang?
Right over there, literally, right there in the office, away from the sun, and just a place of honor.
Well, that one's gorgeous.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we ended with a bang on that one. I don't think we've had a piece for $35,000 on the show in a while. And I don't have a Ragnarok recap video to play to get us started for the recap. But yeah, I saw a question from EC Harris to you, Dave. Said talking to my friend Tim about the Bernie piece and time payments available? ? We kind of said
yeah. I said that
like
time payments can be done.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even see your reply. I apologize. Okay, well, before we get to the recap, reminder to everybody, these are the email addresses for both of these gentlemen on the screen right now. If you've claimed any artworks, you're going to shoot them an email after the show. Let them know which pieces you claimed. And always just throw your mailing address in there to cut to the chase with that. And both of these guys will get their invoices out to you and the artwork mailed once everything's paid for. Yeah. There you go. So, are we ready to rock and roll through this recap? We have a lot of artwork to look at. This is always the fun and frenetic part of the show.
Definitely a little intense.
Yeah, Dave, you're almost you've kind of doubled Ben almost. So it's anyone's game, I would say.
My daughter's telling me I'm not living up to my expectations.
She's saying
you don't have a chance. Make the offers happen. I got to beat Dave. Rolling up my sleeves.
Gotta do what you gotta do, man.
So
make King Ben great again.
As you know, normally one of the other deals right now would say Ben will be in the chat taking offers. Everybody, if you want to make any, you feel free to hit him up with those. He'll keep his eyes peeled on those, and we're gonna get Dave.
Speaking of offers, Gabe just gave
an offer. Yep.
Oh, here, let me highlight that. So 6A. Let's see. 6A was your, gosh, what was that? The David Mack.
1,400 right? For 6A and 8B. So that's David Mack and the Heathcliff.
And the Heathcliff. So you were at 2,650 on the pair, and you were getting a 1,400.
Oh wow.
Game.
I think I could, if it was just 1,400 for the Mac, I would do it. But for the two, I think I'd hold strong for like 2,150. I could do 2,150 for the two.
Well, something to think about, Gabe. Oh, wrong number. Okay, what were the right numbers, Gabe? We're willing to pause everything so we can get this one taken care of before we switch over to Dave's recap. But yeah.
Come on, what? Gabe said that you got the wrong number. Now we're waiting on Gabe. I can't do anything until Gabe tells me the right number. The right number, Gabe.
And what was?
Can Gabe go faster?
All right. While we're doing this, Jason wants to see that Wolverine one more time. Let's see here. Let me switch over to that. Why not? And right here. All right, let me take Gabe's comment off the screen too, so we can see it. So there you go, Jason. Issue 50, page 20, $4,500. Silvestri and Dan Green, Beauty. That's awesome.
Gabe has left the chat.
That's all right. If Gabe comes back, we're going to start the recap. But there's the page that Jason wanted to see one more time, and now it's etched in his brain. He's rifling through his comics right now just to double check it and everything. But yeah, we'll just keep an eye on the chat. We've got people in the studio who are paying attention. So if Gabe comes back, we'll be able to take care of that. Are you ready, Dave? 30 seconds.
I am.
All right, let me go ahead and get your 1A artwork queued up here. And it's not just one, right? It's 3 artworks.
It's 3 pages, yeah. So it's basically a magic battle between these two guys. They're in the cemetery. This guy sends his bird over, rips the guy's tongue out, and then he basically destroys the tongue so that the guy can't cast any spells. So what are you going to do when a bird rips your tongue out and a dude incinerates it with his magic? Clearly he's more powerful than you are. So
what's your best price?
200. We'll do 200 for all 3 pages.
Oh, not too bad.
The 2A.
So we got 1A.
Like,
yeah, your 1B
so
and 2A were both sold. So we're going to go to 2B next. That was the Monty Moore.
The Monty Moore. So the Monty is a really nice little piece. We'll do 200 on this one as well. And again, it comes with the actual published card art painting, the prelim. There's a COA under there. Then it also comes with the book that is signed by Monty and the actual card game signed by Monty. I've never bothered to open it or look through them. I just bought it because I like Monty's art. And I see him every year at Comic-Con, so I picked it up. But really nice card. Just a nice little piece. About 7 by 10 inches on hardboard.
All right, so we got $200 on that, and I saw Stingray has claimed your 1A, Dave. So
okay.
right up until that piece, you had a sellout with the first 3 pieces. So thank you to Newell for picking that one up, and again, 200 on lot 1A. So 2B is still out there. That's priced at $200 from Monty Moore. Next up will be your 3A. That is the Bagley Scarlet Spider.
Ben Riley Scarlet Spider #1. So you got a first issue page. You got the main character on it. You got him being a badass, destroying, just completely just snapping the gun and using his strength to take out these guys that are trying to rob the bank. So just a nice page. Not blue line or anything like that, like a lot of Bagley is nowadays. So
Dave, Gabe came back and said that it wasn't my pieces he was interested in, it was your pieces.
I missed that.
Well, then I'll have to look at that when this is over.
What was your best price on this one? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. $250.
$250 on this one. I mean, we could look at. I guess let me highlight that again. So this was Dave's 6A and 8B. 6A for you was the David Beck piece that was $700, and the 8B was the Jim Lee at $900. So that was $1,600 for the pair, and Gabe was offering $1,400.
$1,400 for the Jim Lee and the big Star Wars painting.
Right, and you had $1,600 for the pair. You had $700 on the Star Wars and $900 on the Jim Lee.
Yeah, we'll do that. What the heck? Package deals. Come on, come on.
All right, so that again, that is 6A and 8B going to Gabe. Thank you, Gabe.
Had me so excited I was going to catch up.
Right, it was, yeah. Well, we have plenty of time, King Ben. Plenty of time. Your subjects believe in you. They will not revolt or anything like that while they wait patiently for your turn. All right, so $250 for this piece up on the screen here. That's the 3A. Let's see, 3B did sell to Dr. Balls earlier, so we can take a look at your 4B artwork next. I'll go ahead and get that one. Well, I don't do that anymore. Production staff will get 4B thrown up there on the screen. That was the Howard Chaykin Power and Glory Summer Special.
Oh, yes.
That's the wrong one. 4A. There we go.
The really big guy. There you go. So this is the like 14 by 20. It's really big. Classic Howard Chaykin. I'll go down to 400. And so there's a reference to,
I don't know if they can see.
Says, whenever I think of the Pope, I can't help of thinking of Ming the Merciless. So typical Howard, you got a little religion poke in there. Cool art.
Yeah, everything you want out of with Howard's wit and humor.
Yes, exactly.
All right, we have another offer here, Dave. So this is what do we got here? 3A, an offer of $250. Well, that was actually what you went to with the Bagley was $250. So we can say T Mason gets 3A at $250.
Where was that one? I don't see that comment.
That was the 3A.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't highlight it on the screen for you. There you go. Yeah, T.E. Mason's got that one. So that was the Ben Riley Scarlet Spider issue 1 page. Thank you again, T.E.
Okay.
T.E.'s making a couple stacks tonight. All right, so this Howard Chaykin's at $400. This was your 4A. We have 4B next. That is the pair of Don Perlin Ghost Rider pages from issue 55, pages 17 and 18.
So I'll go ahead and just drop these down to 450. If anybody's interested, they're just some nice classic early 80s Don Perlin pages of the Ghost Rider. So always good when you can get sequential pages, even though they're not a double page spread. They give you a little bit more story for your book. Like I said, they do have this weird off color on the edges just from some water that must have touched the pages only on the edge there. So that's that.
You see both pages in there. All right, so $450 for the pair of Don Perlin Ghost Riders. That's 4B. 5A is next. Another pair of artwork. This time
another pair of pages. So these are from the New Adventures of Superboy from 1981 and 1983. So the 1983 page, since it's on screen right now, has them trying to bully Clark and has just a fun little moment of him turning the tables on the bullies. So it's kind of fun. This page has a guy who's just bitter sitting on the water, and some bad guy shows up and starts offering him stuff. So I'm not really sure the story. I read some of these issues back in the day, but I barely remember them. Let's say 450.
All right, so 450 for the pair of Schaffenbergers. That's your 5A.
Yeah.
All right, so 5B and 6A did sell. So we've got 6B up next. That was the Atari Force number 9 page by Birthday Boy Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Okay, so nice Atari Force page. You got them doing some work there. You got the guy jumping out of his chair. Well, it's so hard to do this. But I like the panels here at the bottom, especially that last panel. He's looking to go to work. So nice page, 11 by 17. Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, Joe Rubenstein inks. I will go down to 550.
All right, that very fair price, 6B 550, the Atari Force page. Now 7A 7B were sold.
Have sold.
Mr. Lovitz. So what do we got here? 8A is next. That's the Godzilla versus Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
So the Kaiju Rangers. I'm just gonna drop this to 750. It's a really good price for one of these covers, but no Godzilla, so maybe that affects it for some people. But you got the Kaiju Rangers, so they've morphed into something a little more like the Titans and all that from the new Godzilla stuff. Came out last year, 11 by 17. Alex Sanchez, cover number 4 to the second series of Godzilla versus the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Gabby, so 750 on this one, right?
Yep.
Okay. Now 8B did sell. 9A is next. That's the color guide.
So Gen 13, number 21, color guide to the cover. You can't really find these anywhere. I know because I bought all of them when Joe Chido put them up for sale. I've sold a few of them over the time. Anything that I determined I wasn't going to be able to get that cover for myself. This is one that Nick Barucci owns, I think. So I shan't be getting this one. So I figured I'd go ahead and offer this up, see if anybody here was interested. Rare chance to get a Gen 13.
So what were you going to mark this one down to?
Oh, let's say 900. Let me just drop it enough to get people's interest.
Okay. $900 on that Joe Chido Gen 13 color guide.
Yep. And then we've got Rainmaker as Elvis. So this is there was a series they called The Art of Chido. And basically Joe did Wildstorm characters in various times. There's Roxy's with dinosaurs, and all throughout different time periods, they're in random stuff. So this is Rainmaker in her portrayal of Elvis back in the 50s. A little bit of rock and roll. And it's got some just great vibrant colors. I'll also do 900 for this one. So 900.
Looking back his hair.
All right, so 900 for both 9A and 9B by Joe Chido. Now 10A is next. Brett Booth.
10A. So Brett Booth, like his highly, highly detailed pencils. This is one of his 30th anniversary covers. He basically just did really great reinterpretations, I should say, of the classic covers. I got a few of them. I got the Gen 13 number 1, and I got the Prophet. Adelso Corona inks. He does a fantastic job of inking Brett and does most of his published stuff these days.
All right, so we're showing the pencils on this one as well. So best price on this one?
Oh, 1,600.
All righty, 1,600 on your 10A Brett Booth Prophet 1 cover redo.
Yeah.
Next up, we got the Wildstorm. Yep, there we go.
Wildstorm swimsuit. So I used to be known as the swimsuit guy. All the Wildstorm artists knew me. I tracked them all down and tried to hit them up. And if they still had them, which some did, I was able to buy up a bunch of them. back in the early 2000s when there wasn't a huge market for them, and I was pretty much the only guy chasing them. So I did pretty well. Comes with the color guide, Joe Chido. Or actually, this one might be Wendy Fouts. This one's Wendy Fouts. Sorry, my bad. So she was the protege of Joe Chido. He taught her everything he knows. And she was one of the other main people doing color guides at Wildstorm.
Very nice. And best price on this one?
I will go all the way down to 2,000 tonight only.
All right, 20% off. We got this Mike Plug all pencil piece.
Yeah, beautiful giant page. It's probably about 12 or 13 inches wide, about 18 inches tall. It doesn't fit in any of my portfolios, so it's kind of an unusual size and an unusual storage thing. So I just was like, I'll go ahead and offer it up. So comes with all the lettering on a separate sheet of vellum, basically, but looks much better without it. So I just took it off.
What's your best price, Dave?
Let's say 24.
All right, $2,400 on the Plug. 3 more to go. The Wrightson is next.
The Wrightson.
We had a friend of a friend thinking about it. So
yeah, so somebody might get it. I'm not sure, but very nice. It's on thin paper like a lot of Wrightson's pencil stuff is. But this was published. It's not a prelim or anything like that. So it is a little bit nicer thin paper, but it is still sketch paper, not artboard. Beautiful signature at the bottom by Bernie. Has the words like talking about them eating or whatever. So yeah, published pencils by the master.
best price on
also, let's say also 25.
2,500
on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Now the Death's Head 2,
Last
Volume 2.
Yeah.
Liam Sharp.
So this is giant. This is a massive piece. On artboard, inks by Paul Neary, who was the editor of Marvel UK, I believe, at the time. So not only was he inking stuff, but he was also in charge of everything. So this is the series that launched Liam Sharp. You've got the Minion just killing a bunch of cyborg dudes, just a big battle scene. Giant heavy blacks. I really liked Liam's work when he started because the heavy blacks. So I will drop that to 2,600.
2,600 on your 12A. Why did the Brits love drawing large at that area? You know, Brian Hitch was drawing those oversized boards. Liam, you know, same time period, doing the same thing. It's funny. And then both of those guys both still like to work large when they can. I mean, you know, a lot of Liam even to this day. I know Albert hates bringing his art to shows because everything's oversized. But it's great to see. It just makes for an impressive piece, but hard to store.
Yeah, definitely.
And Richard Friend is in the chat. Look at that. Thank you, Richard.
He was. He's dipping out. He's going to bed. He'll see us tomorrow.
Oh, sorry. Just hanging out and watching. All right, Richard.
It's only 7:30 where he is, isn't it?
Well,
yeah.
All right, super late. All right, no problem. We got one more piece to look at. It's up on screen right now. It's beautiful.
Last one. One of those rare opportunities to get a Campbell Gen 13 page, not just any Campbell Gen 13 page, but a page that has the girls in bathing suits. And let's face it, that's why people like Campbell's art. The ladies in the bathing suits. So I will go down. I'm just going to drop it to 10K. If anybody wants it tonight, I'll do 10K. Besides that, it'll just go back in my collection and I'm happy to keep it. But I wanted to offer something cool that you don't see all the time on here.
Not at all.
My friend is drooling over that page.
It's a nice page. It's expensive. It was expensive when I bought it, and I'm not the kind of person that takes a loss on a page. So,
all right. Well, that's a beauty, and like you said, it's at 10,000. It's for
10,000. Yeah.
All right, so I believe the scores are accurate. Yeah, it looks like you have 9 sales, at least as far as where I got 10 marked on my sheet. we'll always have to check everything off before we get done here. But at least as the tally stands at the moment, you're at 44.50. So you got a $3,000 lead at least on King Ben.
A tough hill to climb.
Yes, exactly. Never let him see you sweat, Ben. That's all. That's my only advice for you for this recap that we're under here, because we do have
I'll have to send you this costume, Dave.
Yeah, right.
Sending it to the cleaners. So there's 2 lots sold. So we have 22 pieces to look at here. And I did see that, and I don't know if you replied. I saw Jason threw an offer at you at one point. I don't know if you replied to him.
I did not reply, but I'm not going to take that offer.
Okay, so thank you for the offer, Jason. We will we'll see that piece in the recap here shortly. All right, so we got we're going all the way back to the top. 1A is what's going to start King Ben here, and that was the tryout pages by Renato.
Yep, 3 pages by Renato Arlem. 1 inked. Oops, 1 inked. A little soupy splash. Soups. And then the Avengers with the huge Hulk. For tonight, I'll drop this to 300 for the 3.
All right, so we got 3 tryout pages by Renato. Originally $550, reduced to $300 for tonight. And that's your 1A artwork.
That was 1A.
Okay, $300. Now, next up, Gary Frank, Gen 13 page.
Yep. Gary Frank doing Gen 13. I think that's grunge up there. Is that burnout as well? I stopped reading this after a while.
Yeah, but Gary Frank's figures didn't look the same, so people had a hard time telling. But yeah, that's both. That's grunge and burnout.
Is that Rainmaker at the top, or just some random lady in a store?
I don't recognize her, so it might just be a random. There was a lot of them flirting.
I would do 250 on this tonight.
All right, so from 325 to 250 on this one.
Yeah, so Dan sometimes uses a pen that will fade a little on straight lines. These are slightly fading on straight lines in the bottom. I'll show that when we get to the Silvestri page a little later.
All right, and then the landscape with the buildings, right? Yeah, I noticed that.
Exactly.
All right, so 2A next. 6 pages of Wildcats.
Wildcats by Dustin Wien. Six pages. I would do it for Rich. You'll recognize these. I'll do it for 475. I got these from Rich years ago. He had a whole stack, and I couldn't pass them up. They were so cool. I think I said 475.
That's correct.
Yep, I would do all those for 475.
All right, so 475, 6 pages, lot 2A from Dustin and Richard Friend. Joe Casey story. Okay, what do we got next? 2B, that was the Battlestone page with lots of bricks.
Yep, lots of bricks. Cool early Merit page from early, lots of bricks. From early Battlestone, early Image, 1994. Alve inks. I think I have it for 350. I would do it for 275. That's $1 per brick.
He counted them all.
So worth it.
Steven says bricks.
All right, now Richard.
Good night, Rich. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah. All right. So 275, 2B. Next up, we have that Ferdinand strip that you had priced at 1,000.
It's just so cute. My daughter's in the background going, "Don't sell that." I would drop this for the recap down to 800. Just so rare and so cool. Straight out of my youth. My nostalgia factor on the comic strip art is this one. Totally in my nostalgia zone. Bless you.
$800 on that one. So that was your 3A. 3B is next. That was the Deadpool Wade Wilson's War by Pearson and Vines.
Yep, Pearson and Vines. I have it at 450. Just a cool Matrix-esque page. She could even beat Trinity in that panel. I guess that's Domino. I would do 325 on that for tonight.
Alrighty, 325 on 3B by Pearson and Vines. The Strowman. A lot of people like the look of this one from Punisher Black Widow graphic novel.
Such a cool page. Look at this panel down here. It's just so cool. The way he just shows the emotions in shadow. It's such a great page. Some rear in this page too for those of you who are missing rear.
Might have been the first rear we got to see tonight, but the Farmer inks on top of Strowman's pencils.
Farmer is so good.
Yeah,
I would drop this one to
600.
600. Yep.
All right, so your 4A at 600 from the graphic novel Punisher Black Widow.
My daughter's in the background going, "No one's buying. You got to drop it lower."
No.
I'm open to offers.
Yeah, you too.
My daughter's going, she's also open to offers. She's not for sale.
Yes, exactly. Nope, not tonight. All right, so $600 on this one. Next up, we have the 4 pages from Dennis the Menace.
Actually,
and I think somebody said it was from was it the 80s or 70s? Now I forget.
It was from 1974, I think, and it was, I wrote it down. Dennis the Menace. Oh, no. Yeah, I think he said it was from, this one is from 1974, I thought.
Yeah. I think you're right. I'm trying to find it.
That's what he said.
I think that's what he said, 1974, right?
Yeah.
4 pages. Cool, cute little story. The bird. I would drop this down to 500.
$500. Over 50 years old.
Pretty amazing.
I did a big, a few. Well, anyways, we're switching artwork here. So Aaron Weisenfeld, one of my favorite artists. This is from Cable 8.
Well, Billy, you should buy it.
There's not enough Aaron Weisenfeld artwork out there.
Daniel says he'll claim 4B for 500.
Let me highlight that. Daniel, a good one. 4B 500. Very good. Congrats, Daniel. We appreciate that.
I'm just writing it down.
As am I.
Thank you, Daniel.
Oh, and just so everybody knows, because you can't see it on YouTube, but Bob Horkheimer, right after Daniel, was trying to claim 4B for 500 as well. But Daniel was first. So thank you for trying, Bob. But you came in second on that one.
So for this one, I'll drop this down to 950.
All right. So that was 5A that you're dropping to 950. And then I see T.E. Mason offering Ben 550 for 1A and 3B. 1A was the Renato tryout pages. You had it 300, and 3B was the Pearson Deadpool. You had it 325. So you would reduce those to 625, and
he's offering 550.
550.
Sorry, 1A is the tryout pages. Yeah, I'll do that for TE.
Okay, so TE's picked up.
My 3B. Daughter says thank you. Thank you. So it was 1A and 3B.
1A, 3B to TE Mason. So now they picked up 4 pieces from you today. And TE, you're more than welcome after the show to look over the pieces from Ben and Dave if you wanted anything else off the $100 sets up to the lots you picked up. So
TE already claimed the Authority 10, page 17.
Authority 10. Yep. I wrote that one down as well. Cool. All right. So 950 on 5A, the one we're looking at right now. Next up is 5B, and that was the color guide by Joe Chido.
Dave brought some Chido. Man, he's just so good.
No other colorists like him. That was hands down. Now got to be. I mean, they were so lucky to have him working on their books. Made him stand out.
I never saw this before, but on the back it was maybe like a misprint.
Oh yeah, I was looking at that.
So cool. I would go down to 500 on this for tonight.
Alrighty, so $500 on Ben's 5B.
900 for 5A.
Let's see. So 5A was the Weisenfeld. You were at 950, and Marcelo's offering you 900.
Yeah, I'll take it, Marcelo.
I was about to say take it.
My daughter says you should take it.
Oh man! All right, you got the right girl in your corner tonight. So Marcelo, thank you so much. You got your really nice page there, and
yeah, thanks, Marcelo.
There's not enough of Weisenfeld's artwork on out there to be had. So.
I actually have a Team 7 page, right?
Yeah. Oh, you lucky dog, man. Yeah, I love the guy's stuff. So all right, so Marcelo, thank you. $900 on 5A, and we had $500 on the color guide that we were just looking at as well, reduced to that. So then the David Mack piece is our next one. That was lot 6A.
I mean, need I say more? He's just a master. He's so good. Daredevil, in the height of his popularity with the TV show right now. Just so amazing. I would drop this tonight to 1650. What's that? My daughter said she suggested 1650. Marcelo says thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
She says you're welcome, Marcelo.
All right, so we're going with 1650 for the Daredevil 25 cover study piece by David Mack.
And somebody.
D4M1B40 has claimed.
Do we know who that is?
We do not, but I don't think I've seen that handle in the chat before. But D4M, as soon as we get through this recap in the 5 or 10 minutes, we'll show the email addresses for everybody, and we just ask that you email Ben your contact information after the show, and he'll take care of setting up the invoice for you. And once it's paid, you'll get the art shipped out. So, congrats! A really nice piece you've picked up there. Welcome to the show.
Bill, I said, what did I say on that? 1650? I'm just noting it down.
Yeah, 1650.
Okay. Don't forget to go and check out my link for more $100 pages.
That is right. That is right. Down in the show description, everybody, when you've oh, Troy. All right. No, I know who you. Yeah, awesome. In the show description, anybody who's claimed tonight, there's links to both Dave and Ben's CAF gallery where they've posted several pages that are all priced $100. Anybody who claims any artwork tonight, you can go over there to both guys' CAF gallery and pick out a piece of art for $100 if you like. And again, thank you, Troy. All right, moving right along. I think we're going over to 7A next. That would be the Archie Pals and Gals 3-page story that your daughters did not want you to sell.
Archie Pals and Gals. That is this baby.
Oh no.
She says, "Oh no, don't sell it." What should I discount it to? I have it at $550. She says $475. That's what the number it'll take to make my daughter part on these pieces. And she's not happy about it.
I get it. It's a complete story.
I love these little stories. They're so great. There's about 1 or 2 a week on Heritage. I love them.
All right, so it's at $475 for your 7A. Make your kids cry if somebody buys it, but everybody will rejoice and be happy in the kingdom this evening if it stays within your castle. All right, so that was 7A. 7B did sell the TE, so we've got 8A next. That was the steampunk page. Look at that one. My goodness. Wow.
Yeah. he's just. I mean, my daughter says you're supposed to say something, but what do you say to Chris and friend, like just rocking it out of the house? It's just so beautiful. I don't know if you can see like all the detail and like all the imagery he got in this one panel. I would drop this to 2,200 for tonight.
Okay, so 2,200 on your 8A. And I was just informed that Ben has moved ahead of Dave in the score.
Woo!
All
hail King Ben. Can we get that plan?
Hey, we'll recount everything, but yes, that does look to be the case at the moment.
I don't know. It could change in the recap, Dave, after we figure everything out.
That's what happened last time.
Exactly. So 2,200 for the steampunk page. 8B is next. That is the Heathcliff pizza gag right here.
I mean, it's it's Wednesday night. It's pizza night.
Mm-hmm.
King Heathcliff wants his pizza. I loved Heathcliff as a kid. It was just always so funny. So for tonight, I would drop this to 575.
The more I look at it, I hate to say it, this one should stay with you because it's a king. He's eating pizza on a Wednesday night. This should be framed and be at a place of honor in the house.
All right, if I claim it at 10,000, do I beat Dave?
We're already leading, I think, at the moment. But yes, that's very, very cool. So 575 is your price on that one. And I saw, Jake had a question for Dave in the chat. That piece, those Ghostwriter pages are still available, Jake, at 450. So this one we've got at 575. 9A next for King Ben is a Dave Sim Beauty.
Beauty is right. It's a lot of glare on that. Let's see if we can.
Yeah, that is. I love this page.
Look at the silhouette in that third panel. It's just so cool. Cerebus's ears.
Yeah.
Well strong.
Gosh. What was your best price on this one, King Ben?
I would go 3,000 on that.
All right. Very nice, Dave Sim. 9A is the lot number. So now we got that Joe Mad Battle Chasers page.
Red Monica. Red Monica.
Can't miss her.
Oh, it won't focus. Oh, there we go. No rear in this one. I would drop this to 2,600 for the night. Like Dave, I don't want to lose money, so that's about where I need to be.
Okay. $2,600 on your 9B Joe Mad Battle Chasers 6 page. Next up, Brett Booth.
Brett Booth, killing it. Tom McQueenie. Backlash 32, final cover of the series before it switched over to Wildcore, and Brett went through his long neck phase, which he luckily got out of. For a while, he was drawing these really long necks. It was so strange. And then he corrected himself, and he's back to his old amazing form.
Yeah, he just had to have one person in the studio give him a hard time. That was it. But you were at 6,000.
I would do 5,500 for that.
All right, very nice. So
Merton Hanks phase, Spitter Rack Rick says. I don't know who Merton Hanks is, but is that a long neck phase?
I have no idea. I'd have to Google it to find out. But now we have this great Bart Sears page. Man, this thing is awesome.
I sold all my Bart Sears except for 2 or 3 splash pages and a DPS from the Eclipso, just because they're just so cool. I love this page. A lot of calf muscles in this one.
Indeed. So where are you going to go with this one?
I would go to 1650.
Okay. Ah, the neck. 49ers football player. Okay. We get it. We get it, Spinner Rack. All right, so 1650 on the Bart Sears Eclipso page. Now it's the Casada Palmiotti Daredevil page.
I can't even speak. It's just so beautiful. that Mysterio panel where he's just utterly defeated.
Yeah.
DD, Mysterio, like, man, I lost it.
Who's DD? Daredevil?
I think for tonight, I would drop this to 78.50.
All right, 7,850 for this Casada Palmiotti masterpiece from Daredevil 7. We've got 3 more pieces to look at this evening before we call this one. Adam Hughes up next.
My daughter in the background going, "Don't sell it," but she doesn't know that if I sold it, I could make her wedding.
That's right.
Sell it.
Not thinking that far ahead.
Sell it. Come on.
So Yahoo sketchbook from the 90s. Adam doing Zealot in her Wildcats X-Men form. All pencil. Absolutely stunning. It's like 11 by 14, I'd say. I'm not going to reduce this price. What is Yahoo? Marcus says. Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not going to reduce this one, Bill.
All right. There's nothing wrong with that. Some pieces, have to stay at the price you set them at. What do we got next? We got 2 more pieces to look at. Oh, wait a minute. The next one's that Silvestri Dan Green.
There's been getting a lot of action in the chat. So you can see the fading on the long lines. Somebody said that was indicative of Dan Green. Oh,
Richard Friend said that. So if anybody knows their inkers, it would be Richard. And we got 4,500 on this one. We know we had an offer from Jason at 3,000, which he turned down.
I would counter Jason at 4,000.
So now it's faded too, says Jason.
Jason.
Very lightly on these long. I don't know. Here, can you see it? Like,
we can see it in the scan. It's
lightly.
They didn't disappear.
Right.
They just changed color.
Look at Obi. He's perfect. Everything's perfect in every other panel. Just that one.
All right. Well, we got 4,000 on this one. Jason's going to pass for this moment. And last but not least,
Marcus says, "Can't you split it down the middle?" For Marcus, I would split it down the middle. 37.50.
Now, where are we going with this one?
Are you keeping it at 35K, or are you gonna come down a little bit?
If somebody wanted it at 30,000, I would do it. But this is Image history.
Yeah.
First year, second book, Jim Lee. Scott Clark, Trevor Scott at their best.
All right, 30K tonight only to take it from the throne room over at Ben's mansion or castle. I'm sorry, it should be your castle this evening.
My castle, right? I'd have to build a moat after this show.
So true. All right, I can't see the scores like nobody else can either. So what do we got here? We're at $5,000 for Ben and $4,450 for Dave. Dave, you do lead in the overall sales category. You do,
Which
almost,
and there's 300. 300's not on there. I just did all the math while I was waiting. So the 3 $100 pages bring it to $4,750.
That is true. We weren't adding those in there.
I'm like 250 behind Ben. Somebody
my 100 page is also not in there.
So Ben has one $100 page. You have 3 $100 pages. And
somebody buy more $100 pages from Dave, so we're even.
I'll do the Wrightson for 2,300 tonight.
Yeah, yep, that's that was your lot 11B, the Wrightson 1111 piece from 1996.
Yeah. It's a stunning piece. If you're going to get a pencil Bernie piece, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, that was where was that? There you go. As a reminder. So thank you for the inquiry there, Mr. Heisenberg. All right. Well, Dave, do the Perlin pages for 300. That gives you the in a way, at the moment it does.
For 351. Then he wins.
No.
Yeah. It would be 350 because he's got 51. So yeah, it's.
Well, let's see. Ben would be at there we
Listen,
go.
if he wins,
These are the accurate
we're going to do
scores.
another one in 10 months.
That's right.
I could do 351. I would do the 351.
So Jake, 351. Back to you for the pair of Ghostwriter pages. They were, what were they originally priced? I forget now. They originally at 550.
550. Yeah.
Yeah, 550. You were at 450. Now you're at 351 for the win because you did, and you need this win because otherwise you're going to be at 0-2.
Yeah.
Oh, and you guys just got an offer for 600 for the Gen 13 color guide.
Could people stop?
Which would also.
He knows.
Don't take it, Dave.
I don't know, man.
Don't take it.
Oh, Rich Donnelly stepping in.
Rich Donnelly will take the
giving you the win.
I mean, Jake was pondering, and Rich Donnelly has stepped in and taken the Ghost Riders at 351. That was Dave's 4B at 351 for the $1 lead.
And I will counter. I'll counter Seamus.
Listen, if Jason makes the offer off here, can we add that in later?
I would take 750 for that, Shay. 600 is a little too low.
Okay, so you're saying 750 on the 9A, correct? On the color guide.
Yes, on the color guide. So right, Rich Donnelly wants the Doomsday and the Ghost Riders.
Yep, he's got the Ghost Riders, and he's taking the Doomsday page for 100. And Seamus will got that. So so you're basically at 52.01, $101 ahead of Ben.
$101. That's got to be the closest of any of the shows.
Well, I think we might have had a $1 one somewhere. I remember. I think like Anthony's first victory, people willed him over the finish line it was a very small margin. If it wasn't $1, it was like $25.
Listen, anybody want anything back here?
Oh man! All right. Well, and again, a reminder to everybody: if you claimed any of the artworks tonight, what we need you to do is email both of these gentlemen. We can throw the email address up on the screen here for everybody. You did get an offer of $2K on the Wrightson, by the way, Dave. Email addresses for both of these gentlemen are on the screen right now. Do not wait until tomorrow. Please email both of them tonight, and give them your mailing address when you do so. Include the lot numbers of the pieces you won. If you wanted to claim any of the $100 pages that haven't been claimed tonight, include those as notations in the emails when you send them out to Dave and Ben, and they'll get back to you right away. I got to write that Rich Donnelly piece down, though, so I don't forget. Rich Donnelly got the Doomsday. And again, anybody who claimed anything, there's links in the description right below us that goes to both of these guys' galleries. You can claim the $100 pages as well that are in.
My daughter is going to claim the Silvestri at $102.
What?
She said, "Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do
it." Yeah. Just take it out.
It's really been raining a lot in California. But when it comes to amateur dueling dealers, make it rain, baby.
That's a good winning meme right there.
That's definitely a good win meme.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. So
we should address Spinner throwing in a last minute offer on the Wrightson at 2K. You were at you were at 2,500 on that one, down from.
Yeah.
scratched out.
I paid
2,800.
over 2K for it, and I'm just not willing to take a loss. So unfortunately, I do have to decline. I would go as low as 2,100 tonight, but that would be as low because that's about what I paid for it.
All right, Rick, well, we appreciate that. $2,100 back to you if you'd like to get it tonight only. Otherwise, yeah, there's there'll be other opportunities on the channel for rights and somewhere down the line. Lee's telling Ricky should take it, but yeah, we don't know. But either way, thank you guys. This is fun. We had a lot of fun when we did this. I think it was over 9 months ago. 2,100 BI. Ben, buy it now. Oh, where we go.
Now you really win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I win for sure, definitively.
No amount of $100 pages sold by Ben will eclipse your victory tonight, Dave. Well, now we're 1-1. Both of you guys say, there will be a rematch at some point in the future.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Thank you, Rick. We appreciate that as a last minute buy here. Very, very well done.
My daughter doesn't appreciate it, Rick.
Oh. just
but I do.
Buy for Little Caesars, and they'll be happy.
She wants to win more than I do.
I do. Okay.
No one wants to see their dad get beat on live TV. Come on. Yeah. All right. Well, listen. You can't win them all. This is a good lesson learned for all the children watching.
But now that Rick made that lesson, he's got to. Jason says you can still win. I can still win if you'll pay 37. Jason.
Yeah, Jason. You just got to come up to what was the final one on that one, Ben? Was it?
I think 37.50.
37.50. Right. That is where you were at. There's a path.
There's a path to victory, Marcus. There's always a path to victory.
Well, again, thank you both for doing this. It's fun. And a reminder, everybody who's out there in the audience, if you have art for sale that, you don't want to, throw in the calf classifieds or go out to the auction houses, all those other things, there's a very fun alternative out there for you. And it's right here on the Comic Art Live channel on the Amateur Dueling Dealers Show. So we strongly encourage you to reach out. My email is bill@comicartfans.com. I'm always happy to talk about hosting a show. If you're just if you don't know, have a friend that you want to go against, we're always happy to pair you up with somebody. There's always we've got people in reserve who would love to do matches if anybody would like to do that. Now, gosh, you guys, everybody's happy in the chat. At any rate, we thank you all for watching this evening. Again, Ben, Dave, thank you for doing this. Everyone have a wonderful night. And again, if you picked up any artwork, email both of these guys this evening. You see their email addresses right over there. Don't delay. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, guys. That was